What's going on, guys? My name's Chris Warrens, and I'm the owner of Warrior Time. We've been full-time luxury watch dealers since 2017, and here on this channel, we enjoy educating you, teaching you, and building a community of like-minded enthusiasts. So, with that said, let's get into today's show. Rolex Datejust 16233, a neo-vintage Datejust classic. Known as the 80s Miami Vice two-tone 36mm Rolex, of course, made popular by Miami Vice. If some of you watching are familiar, most of you might not be. That show is quite old. It was on when I was a kid. Cool story about this watch in particular. Last year, many of you know Paola. She works at Warrior Time. Last year, I was on the hunt for a bonus. I wanted to give her a bonus of a few things, and she worked really hard last year, and we do performance-based compensation at my companies, and I really wanted to get her her first Rolex. I love this Datejust more than any other Datejust for many reasons, which we're going to talk about today. But this actual watch was a part of her year-end bonus last year. And it dawned on me recently that we don't have a 16233 full show. So I said, Paola, give me your watch back. I'm retracting your bonus just to shoot this show. All right, so what do I like about the 16233? Well, first things first, the price, okay? On the secondary market, you can get a really good complete set for well under $10,000. In comparison, the current two-tone Datejust, you're looking at about $15,000 on a good day. $5,000 to $8,000, depending on condition, the dial. Some of the dials have small diamonds, large diamonds, but condition plays a huge part. Okay, so $5,000 to $8,000, something in great condition. $7,000 is a nice benchmark for the 16233 because the price of gold has been going up and the price of the 16233 has as well. Number two, they look almost exactly the same as the current 36mm Datejust, which is arguably twice the price, and these look pretty much the same. There's very small visual differences. Most people, 9 out of 10 people, would have no clue this is a 30 to 40-year-old watch at this point. Rolex models are often considered timeless because they change very little over the years. Rolex produces the same models for, in some cases, 50 years, 60 years, and they just refine it and get better and better and better, much like a Porsche 911. I don't know the exact years, but it's been out since mid-century, and it's still out. So Rolex, Porsche, they just keep refining the models. And that's the cool part about the 16233, in my humble opinion. All right, so what do I don't like about the 16233? I think the only thing that I can say I don't like about it is the widespread in condition you can find. Because these could be 40 years old or just about 40 years old, like 30 and a half, 35 years old. They were produced in 1988 initially. So, we're getting close to the 40-year mark. There's a big spread in condition. So let me explain a little bit on the condition, okay? There are things that you have to look for to ensure it's a good example. You can't beat Father Time, right? So Father Time can patina the dials, which some people don't like. The bracelets, as they get older, will sag a little bit. This really isn't bad for 30 years old, right? It's just off perfect. This is 90% is what we would call it, okay? But some bracelets will sag all the way down. Aftermarket pieces, needing service, missing links, they're gold. So the condition is a big turn off if you don't know what you're looking for. This is why I always recommend, regardless if you're working with me, work with a dealer you trust that will help you get the perfect example, especially on these neo-vintage Datejusts. So some technical data and facts. Rolex 3135 movement with about a 50-hour power reserve, 36mm case with the gold accents, which is beautiful, like here on the bezel, here on the bezel, here on the crown. Waterproof to about 100 meters. These were produced from 1988 to 2005. That's a really good run. Overall, I think Rolex did a really good job when it comes to the 16233. So I think the question remains, what do I think of this vintage classic? On a scale of 1 to 10, this is one of my favorite Rolexes. We buy and sell a lot of these, and I gift a lot of these. 9.2 of 10, okay? 9.2 for a Rolex, for me, on this show, on this channel, is pretty high. It's up there with probably top 5 best Rolexes I've ever reviewed, in my humble opinion. I really like it for value. I like it for, lack of better terms, investment aspects, because your money is basically safe. You spend $6-7 grand, you'll get $6-7 grand out of it if you have to sell it. It's a cool classic with a timeless look, and you can wear it for pretty much anything. All right, close out. If you want to purchase a 16233, any Datejust or any watch, or want to work with us to buy, sell, trade, consign, source, appraise, service, we do gold, silver, diamonds, rings, studs. If you want to work with us, the link's in the show notes below. But most importantly, guys, before I go, I'd love to hear your feedback on this show. And if you haven't hit the like button or hit subscribe, please do. It shows us you like this content, and we'll make more of it. But most importantly, out of everything else that I said, just want you to know we're grateful for your views. We're grateful for you guys here on the channel, building the community. And I look forward to catching you next time. Peace.